of our young adults. Right now, I have the privilege of standing here with Dr. Ruth Horton, and she is one incredible educator. Dr. Ruth Horton, would you just introduce yourself to our audience?
Certainly. I am the Director of Education for the Lake Union Conference.
Awesome. And you have, I'm so sorry, go ahead.
And I'm also overseeing the NAD Education building, Energy Hall, themed the Creation Station.
Yes, the Creation Station. And it has been busy, hasn't it?
It has been teeming with activities. Yes.
Oh my gosh. About how many people have you seen go through the Creation Station?
As of yesterday's count, we have seen about 23,000.
23,000. That had to be incredible. Now, what did it take to make the Creation Station a reality at Believe the Promise Camporee?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's been a 3-year planning process for us. We have had a task force that I have been working with diligently, faithful leaders, educational leaders from around the North American division. We have had associate directors of education, education directors, and educational superintendents, planning, strategizing, collaborating with CYE's leadership to make this a reality. We recognize that we are stronger together. It is something that Pastor Ron Whitehead drilled into my head at the Chosen Camporee, where we had over 33,000 persons come through Hangar C at Oshkosh at the Chosen Camporee. So we were energized, and we felt that if we are stronger together, why would we as an education entity not be here to collaborate with our Pathfinders and our youth and young adults and to join with them in this extraordinary event, recognizing that if we too believe the promise, we can together further God's mission here on earth.
That sounds wonderful. And I know the saying is teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you've encountered so many teachers, so many students. And is there any message that you might have? And a lot of the schools will be starting or have started already, but they're going to be starting soon. And I know education worldwide, but especially for our North American division, for the Lake Union, is very important. Is there a message that you would like to offer to our audience about the importance of education and making sure that we invest in our schools?
Certainly, because we have that mission that Mrs. White has delineated in her book, Education, that education and redemption are one. It is the reason why we invest so much, because we recognize that what happens in our churches, in our pews, is tantamount to what happens in our schools. We are essentially endeavoring to accomplish the same work using a different audience. And as such, we encourage our parents, we encourage our churches, we encourage our constituents to understand and embrace the reality that Adventist Christian education has one simple goal, which is to prepare young people for life in heaven, importantly also life here on earth productively, and to represent Jesus while we wait for Jesus' return.
Thank you so much for helping our children grow in wisdom and stature and favor with God and man. Thank you so much, Dr. Horton. I know you have a busy, busy day. There's so many things still going on at the Creation Station. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. So thank you so much. And we're just going to watch another video right now. So stay tuned. We have much more on the Lake Union Herald broadcast.